keep going, goddamn.
What it do?
Spence Jr.
There's a big left hand.
Shout out to the almighty LDBC, the Lions Den boxing community. If you didn't know, now you know. All right. Everybody wake your ass up and come on in. All right. I appreciate everybody coming on in here today. Once you come in, make sure you hit the like button. And what's going on with you, Knockout Boxing 86 TV?
Man, what's up with you? Shit, salute, OG, man. I'm chilling, man. Just, we're going to get to it later, but I just want everybody to know I absolutely, positively, 100%, I hate Montana Love this morning. I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? He ruined my bag, man. He messed up my money. But other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good. Other than that, I'm good. I don't like him. I don't like him today.
Oh, wow, man. But I hope you like, well, I don't know about Janibek. Man, we got to talk about that. Some people saying he got exposed. Some people he say he didn't. We got 13 in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button.
I know this about Janibek. Demetrius Andrade and Jaime Munguia, after that performance, they probably kicking themselves that they ducked him because he looked very beatable. He looked very beatable for sure.
Yes, sir. So what you think about? Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah, tell me what you want to. Tell me what you want to start off with. Since we had a lot of fights.
It was so many fights. We can do the DAZN card that you was calling. You know what I mean? Were you able to go back and watch the ESPN card?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. So we can go back and forth on those for the morning, man. I want to talk about let's start with the woman fight. Let's talk about Seniesa Estrada real quick because that shouldn't take long because she was so dominant, man. Why waiting on people to get in the building? What you got on Seniesa Estrada, man? What you think of what she did, man?
Oh man, she did a fantastic job. I mean, now they are trying to wonder why she doesn't jab her way in. And now this is the ESPN crew. We are talking about Tim Bradley. And they are saying that she doesn't jab. Well, they said maybe Floyd Mayweather and Muhammad Ali are the only two that probably can do it. Well, she don't jab because she used a different style. She do use a different style without jabbing in. She goes to the side and she changes directions. And that is taking the place of the jab. But she still lands the jab, a kind of jab. So, but she was very dominant. She was very dominant, and she thought she was underestimating her opponent. She pretty much walked to her opponent, and she was fast with the trigger. But her opponent was also fast with the trigger because she knew she was going to had a tough opponent in front of her. But still in all, when she had that tough opponent, she did what she did best. Now, she wants to be undisputed at 105. But right now, Estrada, she did what she had to do. She's been inactive for a while, but she came and showed that she still has what it takes to be a star. And she still is a star. So, but what she did last night, it was fantastic. It was inciting and put women still back on the map, and they never left the map, but she still was exciting, and she had everybody in the crowd excited too. And I mean, that was a great co-main event for her. And I mean, she really, really, really dig deep. And I'm talking about for her to be that small and that weight size, she really was throwing body shots. And she really was laying against the ropes and fought good off the ropes also. So, man, I give her, man, a B+ last night because she did do a couple things wrong. But I always say in boxing, you always have to use your jab. As you follow behind the jab, everything comes behind the jab. So that's how I saw it. Great job.
I agree with you. I agree with you, and that's what I was going to allude to. It was a very good performance, and maybe since there's not a lot of women boxers, number one, especially not a lot of women in the weight classes that she fights in, because she was fighting at 105, and in the lower weight classes, there's not a whole lot of grown adults, whether they be men or women, that can make those weights. So it'll probably never catch up to her in her career unless she moves up to like 122 or featherweight or something one day. But man, do you understand how much better she would be if she got behind the jab?
Yes,
If
sir.
she got behind the jab and did everything off of her jab, she'd be damn near unstoppable down there at 105. But shit, she already is. She now 23-0. They got her on the pound for pound list. This lady can switch stances. She was throwing. She actually sit down on her shots and throws with good technique. And so when she was in exchanges with that lady, she was always landing first and landing flush, and she lumped the old girl up. You know what I mean? She just put on a good performance in her first performance at Top Rank. She is kind of one of the big names in boxing, OG, in women's boxing that missed that missed this whole great year that the women have had, because she hadn't fought in a year. This is her first time being in the ring since last year, like 11 and a half months, they said. So she been missing the action. I'm sure watching people like Michaela Mayer and Alicia Bumgarner and Serrano and Katie Taylor and fucking Shields and Marshall. She's just looking at them like, God damn, like I need to get in on this. You know what I'm saying? She kind of alluded to it and talked about it in her post in her pre-fight press conference, where she got emotional right before the fight or whatever. And she went out there and put on a great performance. Now that she's with Top Rank, hopefully Bob can get her big fights. And she just needs to fight other champions. Like, the only way that she's gonna get the recognition that she deserves is that was a good defense. I understand it was her first fight in 12 months, but next year she need to be fighting nothing but champions. And all them other weight classes are so close to her. Like, she's at 105, they got 108, 112. She need to just go through those 3 weight classes trying to get all the champions, man. So she can continue to bring her name up. But overall, she put on a good performance. Them hooks was good. She fought inside well. If I had anything that I would say, she need to get behind her jab more. And sometimes she be switching stances from orthodox to southpaw just because she can do it. I don't really be seeing like the reason why she do it. Like, if you whooping her ass from orthodox, just stay that way. If you whooping her ass from southpaw, just stay that way. You know, she be switching for no reason. And again, the talent pool down there at 105 maybe ain't good enough to ever make her pay for that type of behavior or those types of mistakes. But I would do it just off the strength. I would want to see her do it just off the strength of watching her become the best possible fighter that she can be. You know what I'm saying? If you switch for a reason, because that's gonna make the switching more effective. When you fight behind your jab, because that's gonna make them hooks and uppercuts that she throw land that much more flush, and it's gonna make her distance control even better if she got behind her jab. But overall, kind of like you, B plus, you know, B level performance. A would have been a knockout, but yeah, I give her a B2, and she's on to the next, and she did her thing, man. Real quick, OG, before we get to another fight, I got Tim Bradley. You know, Tim Bradley had something to say about Earl Spence and Keith Thurman. OG, he actually complimented Earl Spence, man, after all these years of talking shit about. After all these years of talking shit about Spence, he did an interview with Fight Hype, and he said Thurman ain't setting no traps against no Earl Spence. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. He said the only thing Thurman is going to do is sit down after he gets hit with one of those body shots from Earl Spence. I'm just keeping it 100. Thurman does have some power. He does have some footwork and does have some speed. But with Spence, with that relentless pressure, I don't see Thurman coming out of this fight alive. I really don't. When I say alive, I don't think he's going to come out on his feet. I think he'll get knocked out. He'll get stopped by Earl Spence. But it's a good fight. Thurman is still a big name in the sport somewhat, and he's still a game guy. He's still a guy that believes. He's still a guy that believes he can fight the best in the division. I got to give him respect for that. If Thurman takes the fight and it's really going down, more power to him. And then, so go ahead and think on that. Go ahead and speak on that. And then they asked him about Spence and Crawford, and I want to get your thoughts on his comments about Spence and Crawford, because I think it's kind of funny. But what you think about what he had to say about kind of complimenting Earl Spence and actually picking him to win the fight? What you think about that, man?
Well, you know, he been honest, you know, for a change. You know, I give him a strike 2 this whole year. He been honest. That's the second time he been honest this year. And so he's telling the truth about Keith Thurman, and he's right. Keith Thurman is very soft at the body, no doubt about it. But all the compliments that he gave Earl Spence, we had another guy that came out to discredit what he said. We are talking about Bernie the Boxer. He came out He said, I think Keith Thurman going to beat Earl Spence because Keith Thurman is this, Keith Thurman is that. Keith Thurman pretty much changed up. And Keith Thurman just was taking some time off because he was living off that Pacquiao money. But now that money ran out. He took a couple of tune-ups. That's all. But when he fight Earl Spence, he's going to use a lateral movement. He's going to use that big power. And I don't like his style, but still in all, I'm still going to go with Keith Thurman because he's going to beat the brakes out of Earl Spence. And that shows you right there. He don't want to. They don't want to fight anyway because he's speaking for Terrence Crawford, right? But what Terrence Tim Bradley said was correct. I mean, Earl Spence is relentless. He will come forward. Now, all that lateral movement, it doesn't do you no good but run out of gas because Earl Spence is going to cut off that ring and he's going to go to the body. That's what he does. That's who he is. He's a body man. So that's what it is. And Tim Bradley was just being honest. No doubt about it. And, he won't come out on top. He will go down with probably a knockout. So that's how I look at it. Yes, sir. So go ahead now.
Man, just real quick, and I know you want to shout out to the people in the building. Just real quick on that. Real quick on that, man. I see where you're coming from. I think the thing that I give Tim Bradley credit for is when he gets to breaking down a fight, when he gets to talking about who he thinks is gonna win, at least he give you a reason. You know what I mean? Like he'll tell you why he think they're gonna win and how they gonna win and shit like that. So I respect him for that. And honestly, I see the fight the same way. Like Keith always got a puncher's chance. He always got a chance to walk you into something because he does set traps well, and he is a very good counter puncher. But I can't watch you get hit to the body and get hurt by Josecito Lopez, then watch you get hit to the body and hurt by Mario Barrios in a fight that you was controlling, and then say that you're gonna be able to take what Earl Spence is bringing to the table, bro. Like you soft to the body, and those guys, like you can run away from them. But Earl Spence is so good at cutting off the ring. He mirrors you. Yes. And ain't nobody been able to keep from sitting down and fighting with that man, bro. So I just believe when he hurt Keith to the body, Keith ain't gonna be able to get away from him, bro. He gonna mirror him, put him into the corner, and then beat his ass up. So that's what I think. You know what I mean? But we'll see, hopefully, because the WBC has ordered the fight. And as I've been telling people that they don't want to see Spence and Thurman, the only way you see Spence and Crawford is if you see Spence and Thurman first, because you best for damn sure understand that if somehow Earl lose one of them belts, that's gonna make it harder for the Spence and Crawford fight to happen at all. So if he truly is gonna stay around and try to wait on Crawford, he gonna have to fight Thurman first so he can keep that WBC strap, keep all three of his belts, and then try to go see if he can make the Crawford fight. But yeah, I kind of think the same thing, Govey. I thought it was a good analysis by Tim Bradley. I thought that he he hit the nail on the head. That's how I see the fight, and we can move on from that. But if you want to salute to the people in the building real quick, OG,
yes, sir.
A whole bunch of fights, man.
Yes, sir. All right, what's going on, everybody in the building? Make sure you hit that like button as you come in, and salute to everybody for rocking with me last night. And let's see who got up early this morning. We are talking about Little Rick, yes, sir, from the south side of Houston. We are talking about yes, sir, SWAT in Texas. Yes, sir. What's going on, Vince Williams? What's going on, Mrs. Knockout Boston 86 TV?
What's up, baby?
What's going on? Happy Sunday to you. All right, Chase Money. What's going on? Edmundo Gutierrez. What's happening with you? All right, Antonio King. I see you, baby. What's happening? And Rock Bottom 8654 is up in here. King D is up in the building. And that's me. It's up in here. And we got CB3 is up in here. Salute my family members. Salute my family member Edgar Chavez. And salute also my man Elijah is up in here. And Nazay, he's up in here. Y'all should apologize to Boo Boo Andrade. Yes, sir. We're going to talk about that because his days are over with. Yes, sir. He is calling.
Damn.
Yeah, he is calling.
It's over with, bro. He done?
Yeah. He's returned. Yes, sir. He is returned. Yes, sir. This is what I heard yesterday. All right. Yes, sir. OTB Boston School, the winning team is up in here. What it do, OTB? All right. Yes, sir. Who else we got up in here? All right. We got Bruce Guys, Boston Jazz, and more is up in here. Yes, sir. Who else we got up in here? Yes, sir. We got my man Zach B is up in here. What's going on, Zach? Yes, sir. Exactly. It's up in here. Mac and Don Mac of the South. It's up in here. Another family member. All right. Who else we got up in here? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Them. Okay. Elijah. Okay, I got them. Okay. All right. Jamel Hurd. What's happening? All right. Salute to you, brother. All right. Yes, sir. All right. Okay. And that's, let me see. Got one more, I think. And Boss Dog is up in here. What's going on, Boss Dog? All right, let's get busy. Yes, sir. What you
All
got
right, man.
going
Yeah.
on?
Man, did you see Fernando Vargas' son, Emiliano Vargas, last night? Bro,
Yes.
what you think of that talent, man? He 18 years old, bro. Say that man look good. Go ahead and talk about it, man. What you got on the money, man?
At first, I'm looking at people in the chat. And Ricky E245 said, man, okay, because I had my other tablet up. And I said, Vargas' son, he's going to fight, I said, oh, boy, here go another son, all right, from a famous fighter. I said, here we go again, right? So, here we go, trying to pretty much pump him up.
You thought he was on some Nico Ali Walsh shit.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right? I said, oh, here we go. I said, oh, my God, here we go again, right? But he surprised me. He came in there. Not only he got the height and the reach, he got the pop too. He had the whole package. It just need to be developed and pretty much build that bubble up, and that's what he need. But he came in there and throwing punches. And I'm not talking about he sat down on him. I'm not saying he came with mean intentions. He threw them punches and he knocked him out. I'm talking about he had Gutierrez's head hanging over the canvas. Yes, so I mean, this guy with a little more work. In about another year, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Now, but Vargas, he's got to learn pretty much how to set traps and pretty much use his jab correctly. Now, but with that, I think he's pretty much is going in there and he got the right attitude. He's not coming to lay down for nobody. He's not trying to fight as his father fought. He's fighting his own style, and that's the way you should be. You got to make your own name in this game, and that's what he's doing now, making his own name in his game, and I like it. Matter of fact, I like him so far, and so I like to see what happens next with him. I like to see what he do in the future. But right now, he got what it takes. Right now, he had a good showing last night. So kudos to him. Yeah,
man. Look, when I be looking at these prospects, y'all, I be looking for like, okay, can they slip shots? Do they throw the right shots? Do they place their shots? What's the head movement looking like? What's the defense looking like? If he was just on some Nico Ali Walsh shit, yeah, like people were like, knockout. Why you so hard on Nico Ali Walsh? Because you can see that all he coming with is 1-2 left hook, and they put him in there with dudes that can't get out the way of it, and his skills look very basic. But what I saw from this 18-year-old Emiliano Vargas, he was slipping and ripping down to the body. He was pulling and countering shit. When he started throwing shots, he was rolling with shit and just doing all kind of shit. Then the punch that the way that he knocked that dude out, the dude threw a nasty right hand. He slipped that shit, left hook to the body, and then left hook up top. I'm like, Emiliano Vargas, he doing something. He in there doing something. I like, God damn, he got some talent on him, bro. The hands look fast and shit, and man, if it's just in your blood and shit, it's just in your blood and shit. Now he looked like Fernando Vargas' son, all right? Nico Ali Walsh don't look like Muhammad Ali grandson, bro. Like he looked like Emiliano Vargas. I want to see him again. He only 2-0 now with 2 knockouts. I'll be watching him because one thing I do like, because I'm gonna give credit where it's due. I think it's smart for him to sign at Top Rank, and it shows how serious that Fernando Vargas is for his son and how serious Emiliano is about his career. The fact that he signed the Top Rank, fighting in the 135-pound division, and that's who got all the good fighters at 135 pounds. So he's showing that he want to come up the right way, and that eventually they really trying to see what he can do in the sport. So I think it was smart signing the Top Rank. I wouldn't be surprised. It's November 13th. If Top Rank got a card on like December the 26th or December the 31st or something, you might see his ass again. And then you'll probably see him like 6 or 7 times next year, bro. They gonna get their man some fights. You know what I mean? Because they gonna try to develop him, because you can definitely see the talent. But just like you, I thought it was a great performance. He did what he was supposed to do. And when you're supposed to be a high level prospect, you got to get guys out of there that you're supposed to get out of there. It was set up for him to knock that dude out, and he knocked that dude smooth the hell out. So shout out to him, man.
Yes, sir. All right. All right, what's going on, Joseph Brown, in that super chat, baby? Yes, sir. He said, like my man Van Dam said in Blood Sports to Chuck Lee, he's sweet to the body. Keith Thurman is sweet to the body, and Earl Spence is a body killer. That's 100% correct. Yes, sir. You damn right he is. That's what Earl gonna do. He goes straight to the body. First thing he do. What's going on, Con Local Sport? Picasso.
What's up, Con?
All right. I appreciate that support, JB. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Well, that
OG, what you think about I want to talk about that boy Raymond Ford, man. That boy Raymond Ford was over there. He said, look, man, I'm coming to do my thing because he coming off of 2 subpar performances. He didn't look too good, but shit, he looked good last night against Sicario Lucas, man. What you think of the young Raymond Savage Ford, man, the featherweight on the DAZN card, man? What you got for him, man?
Man, Lucas came in there with the positive mind. Lucas came in there and said, okay, I'm good too. I'm fast too. But I don't think Lucas could take the punches that Ford was giving. Now, Lucas was game. He was game all the way almost to the end. But still in all, Ford had the speed. He had the hand speed. And Lucas, I think he was trying to throw that straight right. And the straight right did land a couple times. But Lucas, for some reason, he looked like he was hurt all during the fight, but he wasn't really hurt. He just had a kind of loosey type of style. He was kind of crooked every time he throws something or every time he moves. So that's why I was looking at Lucas kind of funny. I look like, man, he drunk a half a pint of gin or some shit, right?
Yeah, like every time he got hit, he got like, bro, you hurt?
Right.
Like, why is your balance so bad, bro? Like every time you get hit, like why does it look like? I mean, Raymond Ford was just some little shit, just
right.
And he like, oh shit,
right, yeah.
Damn, like
I'm like, what's wrong with him, right? Then he come back with another going down to the body, then another. He tried to double up on it, and they had no pop on it, but he's trying to keep up with the speed. See, when you got a guy that got great hand speed, you trying to match his hand speed, but you don't have that type of accuracy like he does with the hand speed. So you look kind of off and off balance, and that's what happened. And then Ford opening up on him. He started opening up on him and started stepping to him. And then he started using the right hook. Then, of course, that left hand, baby, going right downstairs to the body. And that's what he was doing. Then he went right to the head. Then there go Lucas. Lucas again. Run out of that petrol. That's what happened. Run out of that petrol. Then next thing you know, Ford popped him with that left hand. He popped him with that left hand. And there go Lucas going down. So there you go. And, of course, they stopped the fight, because everybody is up in arms. We're going to talk about that too. All right. Yes, sir. Go right ahead. All right.
So Raymond Ford, man, the talent you can see is evident. Like he got the type of hand speed and reflexes that you really just can't teach. And he went in there and he did his best Floyd Mayweather impersonation. He started off, you know what I'm saying, with the shoulder roll and shit. He was very defensive, but like picking old buddy apart for the first 4 or 5 rounds. Then he was like, all right, shit, I got you figured out. Then he went into his high guard, started walking him down like, all right, Ray. All right, Ray, do your thing, Ray. And shit, he was accurate, picking him apart. That chopping left hand, his counter-punching ability. He looked much more comfortable in this fight than he did in his last fight. That's why I want to keep a close eye on him, OG, because you can see the talent. But one thing I said when I was breaking down the fight is he has to get comfortable fighting on the inside. He got to get comfortable where stuff get rough, because his last fight, the dude pressed him, was really pressing him, and he couldn't really get comfortable in the fight. And so a lot of people feel like he lost that fight, although he got the decision. But he looked good against Sicario Lucas. I still want to see him against a pressure fighter that's not going to let him sit back and is going to really press him, because I think although he's fast, that shoulder roll and shit at the very beginning of the fight, that shit can get you caught. And Lucas got some right hands through there. He just couldn't really capitalize on it because he was scared of everything that was coming back at him. But Ray Ford, for him to put on that type of performance, man, and finish the way that he did, when he sit down on his shots, he got some pop. Like he got some power. Like it ain't just speed and accuracy. He got some power, and I think it's because he's so accurate. I think because of his hand speed, a lot of people don't see his shots coming. And I think Sicario Lucas kept getting hit with shit that he didn't see. and so it stunned him all the way to the point to where when Ray Ford landed that last right hook and put his ass down, and he damn near looked like he was getting, you know, the Exorcist or some shit. I was like, damn, all right, Raymond Ford, you might be something. Down there at featherweight, now that Navarrete is left, I mean, shit, he wide open. Now, he said he want to challenge Mauricio Lara. I would tell the young man, leave Mauricio Lara alone for right now. Not because, I mean, I want to see the fight, but for the sake of his career, he need to fix his defense a little bit more, get a little bit more comfortable fighting inside, because he can beat Mauricio Lara, but boy, he got to be sharp. He got to be sharp to go in there. But that's who he said he want next. They both on the zone. So if they can get it popping on the zone, make it happen. But I think, you know, shit, send his ass over there to England, let him fight Josh Warrington, or send him over there and let him fight somebody like Kid Galahad. Bring his ass back down to 126 or something like that. But for him and Mauricio Lara, nah, bro, he needs to leave that hard punching dude alone, because that dude is all gas, no brakes. And if Raymond Ford can't get his respect, bro, it's gonna be a problem. But he put on a great performance against Lucas. Did his thing, stopped him, and he's on to the next. But I thought it was a good performance, man. I can't really knock nothing. He still need to get behind his jab more though, OG, because he don't jab enough to me. He need to get behind his jab, and he needs to go to the body more. I don't think he go to the body enough, and I don't think he uses jab enough. And I like his, like, a lot of people might think I'm crazy. I like his catch and counter game in his high guard way more than I like his shoulder roll. I like his high guard and parrying shots and countering off of catch and countering shit way more than I like his shoulder roll. His shoulder roll, I think it leave him open for them straight right hands, and I think he need to. It's cool to go into the shoulder roll once you get the guy timing this shit down, but he be in the shoulder roll from round one. Yeah, he be rolling from round one. I think that could get him caught as he steps up in competition. But overall, I thought on a great performance, man.
Okay. I'm sorry. But I will say this. Only thing I didn't like, well, not only him, any fighter. I just don't think a jab should be thrown from the knee. I don't think a jab should be thrown from there. I just don't like that. I don't like that. I think it's faster. You have the jab up here, and you go right here. Some people shoot it from the high guard, but now some people shoot it from the leg. Now, when you shoot it from the leg, that means that you are comfortable, that you know you are faster than this guy. Now, that I can understand, that you got the control of the fight. But still in all, you need to keep them hands up, because you never know, somebody might hit you with something that you don't see coming. And those are the punches that will hurt you when you don't see them coming. So
everybody, it's a problem in boxing. Everybody, like, they watching Floyd Mayweather, they watch goddamn you know, Pernell Whitaker and guys like Shakur and Devin and
like Bentley said, Lomachenko. Everybody now trying to step around like Lomachenko.
Yeah, like when you watch those guys, you gotta understand a lot of those guys are special talents, and everybody ain't a special talent. So you got these dudes that's like journeyman level fighters or B level fighters that's trying to shoot jabs from the goddamn knee and then bringing their hand back to their knee. Well, when you first of all, when your hand down here, my whole body and face is open to be hit right now. Then when I shoot my jab and I bring that shit back right here, guess what? You can counter me all over the top of my shit. And that's how they be getting their ass whooped, getting caught and shit. And they don't realize it, like, bro, you fighting in the style that you're not good enough. And no disrespect to nobody. Shout out to all the warriors that get in the ring, but you fighting in the style in a way that you're not good enough to do. You need to be sticking to the fundamentals. Your shit need to be here, so you can protect yourself. Your shit should be right here, bro. So
and bring that back for that counter.
That's why you see dudes getting countered over the top of their shit and getting stopped and shit, because they think they fast, bro. You're not fast. You're not fast, bro. I'm sitting here watching. I'm watching Raymond Muratalla, right? And we can talk about his fight on Top Rank. I'm watching Raymond Muratalla versus this dude. What's the guy name, bro? The Caveman. He fought the Caveman. Miguel Contreras. I'm watching Miguel Contreras, bro. You are 12-1-1. You got 6 knockouts, and you going against one of the best prospects in boxing. I'm watching Miguel Contreras try to punch Raymond Muratalla like this. He just punching like this, leaving himself open. I'm like, bro, you're not even good enough to be doing that. And Raymond Muratalla showing up just pop, 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 piecing his ass up. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta stop this shit, man. But what you got on that fight, man? The Raymond Muratalla fight. It was the fight right before Sinisi Estrada. So it was right before the co-main. What you got on Muratalla versus Contreras,
I saw
man.
that too. Yeah, I saw that too. I was on both cards. I saw a bunch. I saw boxer versus brawler. That's what I saw. And I saw that the boxer won that fight, and he won it cleanly. If you notice the face features after the fight. Well, there's nothing wrong with Muratalla, but there go Contreras. He had swollen eyes, swollen nose, swollen cheeks, everything. Why? Because he was coming in low and getting hit right there. That was he made himself an open target. That's what happened. It was open season for him. It was a straight target right to the head, to the face. He kept holding that head down, and he was susceptible to the uppercut all night. Now, of course, he was trying to rough it up, and of course, he was trying to let his hands go, but he wasn't letting his hands go correctly. So that's why you got a fundamental fighter and boxer like Muratalla. He was going straight at him, and he's going straight at him with perfect precision. And that go on Contreras still trying to rough him up. Trying to come forward, trying to come back, trying to come forward. So you can't play boxing. You can't act like you're a boxer. You have to develop your skills. But he was trying to do things that he don't know how to do. He was trying to imitate or emanate things that he don't know how to do. And he got punished for it. So it was a rough fight for him, but an easy fight Muratalla. As you see, once again, like I say, look in his face. It don't even look like he been in a fight. But if you look at his opponent, it's like he been in a brawl.
Shit, man. Raymond Muratalla took his girlfriend out to dinner with no shades on after the fight. He was cool. Took her to dinner for drinks. Shit, went to the club. No shades, none of that. Just straight chilling, man. He was good.
Yeah, and one thing I can't say about Robert Garcia, he always have his fighters in great condition.
That's a fact.
Always in great condition, no doubt about it. He always have them ready. That one thing about Robert Garcia, he take this training shit seriously, and that's seriously. So, but yeah, that was a great fight. Like I say, the boxer won and the brawler lost. And sometimes you can't do, don't try to do the things you don't know how to do. Stick to the game plan, So, and that's what smart boxers do. So, and one more thing, I like what Muratalla didn't get drawn into his game plan.
Nah, he didn't.
A lot of fighters, okay, I made that example last night. That how Sean Porter, Earl Spence. Well, Sean Porter brawl, so Earl Spence said, okay, well, I'm gonna have to change it up. I'm a brawl too.
Yeah,
but it's different stroke for different folks. But Earl Spence is a great ring IQ fighter, but not what you call now Contreras. Contreras, he wasn't. So he just was thinking on the fly. But Muratalla, he was smart. He said, "I'm gonna keep boxing. I'm gonna keep boxing, and defend myself correctly." And that's what he did. So that what good ring IQ consists of, things like that. So
yeah, man.
Head on it.
So like when people hear people that talk boxing or whatever, when they hear them say swim without getting wet. What if you want to know what that means? Go watch Raymond Muratalla, what he did to Contreras last night, because he was able, like, you got you a good fighter on your hands. One of the keys that is when they can counterpunch you moving forward and being aggressive. That's somebody that got some good feet. That's somebody that got some good fundamentals, and somebody that you need to look out for. Because most guys, they like to counter going backwards. They have to counter going backwards, and they can't counter going forward. But man, Raymond Muratalla was slipping shit, ripping punches, staying behind his jab, and it ain't like he didn't have shit coming back at him. Contreras was trying his hardest to hit Muratalla clean, but Muratalla was rolling with his shit, stepping off to the side, coming back to the other side, digging down to the body, creating angles, throwing uppercut, hook combinations, all while somebody punching at him at the same time. Somebody that can slip your shit and be offensive while being defensive and got them type of transitions, they nasty, bro. Like Raymond Muratalla, if you don't know, hopefully now y'all know, man. Wake up to that young man, bro. I've been telling people, I done did all his fights since I started my channel. I done broke down all his fights. And I be telling people, like, bro, when you talk about prospects at 135 pounds, y'all need to include that young man, bro. Y'all need to include that young man. That man, did y'all, like, if you really was watching that fight, you should have been like, damn, because the man was going forward the whole time while dodging and slipping shots, but then also coming back with fast-ass hands and nasty-ass combinations, and them hoes hurt. Like, he lumped Buddy up, bro. He lumped that man all the way up, damn near closes. I shit, and just was putting a whooping on that dude. Then when he got him in the 6th round, he was like, "Yeah, I learned from my last fight because last time I just went ahead and you know what I'm saying, I went ahead and just did my thing and got a decision." Nah, he said, "I'm gonna turn up. I'm gonna turn up on him." And he turned up in that 6th round, bro. Got that man out of there. I was like, "All right, you did your thing. I ain't got nothing to say." But that was a level performance, bro. A plus, I think. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him putting on a great performance. And and on your point about Earl Spence, like Sean Porter was good enough to drag him into a fight. So that to me, that's the next step that I want to see from Raymond Muratalla. Like he was able to still do his thing and keep the dude from dragging him into a fight. But I want to see how he look against somebody that's gonna make him fight they fight. Like if somebody is not being aggressive and they make him box from the outside, I want to see him beat him at their own game. Or if somebody can make him brawl with him, I want to see how he doing that type of fight because that's the next type of thing. Because you ain't gonna always be comfortable in that ring. Exactly. You got to show that you can win in a bunch of different ways. So I think he ready to take the next step. Like you say, OG, once they get to about 15, 16 fights, it's time. That man 16-0 with 13 knockouts. It's time to put him in there with somebody, man. I love to see them put him in there with somebody like a Nakathila or put him in there with somebody like a Richard Comey. It's time for him to fight some former world champions or former world title contenders to see if he really ready to get in there with the likes of a Shakur or Devin or Lomachenko or Tank Davis, Keisha. Like it's time, bro. I want to see him get in there and get some smoke because I think he's ready for it, bro.
Yes, sir. Like you said, you got to get in there and and for fight somebody that's not going to make you comfortable. And we saw that last night, and we're gonna get to that fight too. All right, we're gonna get to that fight too, where a fighter could not sit back and just sit there and look pretty and come and throw lefts and rights. And we're gonna talk about that. Because when he got someone in that ring that gonna pretty much put that pressure on you, then you don't like it. All right. So we'll get to that fight soon. All right. Go right ahead.
Man, what you got on? I know you was excited. This is one of the main reasons you wanted to call this card. So let's talk about your boy Richardson Hitchins, man. The performance he put on against More Alamo, man. What you got on old Richardson Hitchins? He say he the best fighter at 140 pounds, man. That's what he said.
Wow.
What you think about him, man?
Well, first of all, like I told on the chat yesterday, that Richard Hitchins, I gave him a little backstory on him at Floyd Mayweather with TMT. He was promoted by Floyd Mayweather, but he couldn't get a lot of fights. Matter of fact, the promoter was fighting more than the fighter was. So, and that's not what a promoter does. A promoter must look out for his fighter first, himself last. That's what the ultimate goal is. But what Florida's fighting, but Hitchison wasn't. So his debut, he came out and he showed out. Now, yes, I get it. It wasn't the best opponent that he can face. I have seen him fight better style than that. But he still did what he had to do to please the crowd, to show the crowd that, hey, Africa is back. Africa is getting the fights, and I will get better and better. Because once you get the rust off and you start being more active, then you get better and better and better. I've seen Africa use his jab. I've seen him use short, precise punches in the clinch. I've seen him stick with that stick. I'm talking about the first 3 rounds. He was working that jab, and then he was coming right behind with that right hand. And he going right down the pipe with the right hand. That right hand, matter of fact, was accurate. But then again, you had an opponent that does a lot of lateral movement. So that is hard to pinpoint someone. You have to keep on cutting the ring off. You got to keep on cutting the ring off. And then when you try to go downstairs, then when you go downstairs on Alamo will move again. Then there go Africa again, pretty much shifting over, cutting off the ring. But he did a great job for a guy that's a moving target. When you're a moving target, you got to be very accurate. And that's what he was last night. He was very accurate, and he scored. He scored, and he did a great job. So much that they had to stop the fight because he went straight in on him and pretty much stopped him with the body shot and then straight rights all night long. So that was a great debut for him for the zone. So, and I think for the record, that's a good move. That was a good move. Well, hell, any move was a good move to leave Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, unless your name Tank Davis.
Right, unless you Tank
Unless your
Davis
name Tank Davis, they
or
ain't
Floyd
got
Mayweather.
they ain't got no
Yeah,
attention for you, bro. They ain't trying.
exactly. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and just for a minute while you're on Tank Davis, you know, I know he's frustrated because he do want to fight the best. You know, I know that now. He do want to fight better competition. And matter
Hold
of
on,
fact,
OG.
he's
Tell
frustrated.
us why you know that, OG. Where that
Man,
come from? Hey, now. Hey, y'all.
yeah,
We gotta take a break real quick and talk about Tank for a little bit. Hey, man.
man, yes. Now I
What you
know
know?
that, and now I know. I'm watching his Instagram. I'm watching his statements he's making. I'm watching how he's talking about the other fighters and how he want this fight, how he wanted the Ryan Garcia fight. They won't get it made. He want the Ryan Garcia fight bad, but they won't get him the fights that he want to fight. Why? Because Floyd don't want to lose his golden goose. But that's the risk that Tank wants to take. That's the risk that he wants to take. Now, first, this is the first time I'm gonna say this. He do want to fight the best. I cannot say that no, he just want to be happy and get a check. Well, that days are gone for Tank. Tank is more mature now. He has a family now, and he wants to make a living and live off of being a great fighter. He wants the belts now.
Making me
He
cry.
wants to start.
You're making me cry tears of joy right now. I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy to hear you come on over to my side, man.
Yeah, I mean, now, a lot of people. I'm not the only one. A lot of people now are starting to see that Tank is getting mistreated. I mean, you got guys like Dante Boxing Nation, Ego. He's saying the same thing. Champ side saying the same thing. You know, so I mean, let's get this man some top level fighters. We don't want no Pitbull Cruz no more. He don't want no Pitbull Cruz no more. He
Shit, Pitbull Cruz don't want to fight nobody. We'll talk. I
no,
want to talk to you about that shit, man.
yes,
But go ahead, man.
So you know, I give Tank credit now because Tank want to get in there the big guys. Because see, when you see a guy with talent like Tank, then he's looking at guys like Devin Haney. He's looking at guys like Shakur Stevenson, and he knows that he can hang or beat these guys. Then you sitting there, and people are saying, "Well, he don't want to fight nobody," but he like knock on the door. No, that's not true. Open up. That's not true. Open up. And Floyd won't open the door and let him out. All right. So that's what I'm saying. He wants to be a star. He wants to be that top-notch 135-pounder or 140. He'll take either one right now. But just give him a fight. I don't want to see him end up like Hitchison. But then again, he is better than Hitchison, no doubt about it. But still, when you got a guy like that, why keep him sitting on the bench? That's just like Michael Jordan playing for the Bulls. You keeping Michael Jordan on the bench, knowing that he can score 30, 40 points a game, right? But you still got him sitting on the bench. So why would you do that?
Like, bro, they scared he gonna lose and shit. They don't believe in him, bro.
Yeah, see, but
like,
if you believe in himself, go ahead.
For instance, OG, like him and Cobra were going back and forth, right? And they could have made him fight Cobra, but they want to protect him so bad. They want to try to protect their investment so bad. They set him up with other fights. Now, once you saw what happened with Chris Cobra and Hector Luis Garcia, bro, they could have been Tank Davis' scalp. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis could have got that scalp. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that a little bit about Janibek, but when you don't have faith in your fighter, just because you think another fighter might be talented, bro, you never know how good somebody is till they get in the ring and prove that people just ain't on their level. Like there was a time, believe it or not, there was a time that people thought Sugar Shane Mosley was better than Floyd Mayweather.
There
was a time, and people thought that a lot of fights that Floyd was gonna be in, they're like, oh, this is a close fight. Oh, that's a close fight. Oh, this is gonna be 50-50. And then Floyd went in there and showed you that it wasn't as close as you think it was. Now, Tank is good enough, in my opinion, that a lot of these fights where people think of 50-50, they may not just be 50-50, bro. They may not be 50-50. Maybe Devin does outbox him, bro. Maybe Shakur does outbox him. But what if you have faith in your fighter? And what if Tank just go in there and it's not 50-50? What if he catch their ass early in the fight or dominate their ass, box with him and catch him late in the fight? Then what? Then now you done built it. Now he really is a superstar. And then guess what? That makes him even better because now he gonna be like, oh shit, like what, man? Can't nobody see me. I'm about to run through all y'all. Like he could do that, but he can't do that if you keep him fighting the level of competition that he been fighting up until this point. But my thoughts on Richardson Hitchins, and I saw it in the chat, man. King D, I disagree. I don't think he looked terrible at all. And I did see the commentaries trying to allude that Richardson Hitchins is a boring fighter. That shit was beautiful boxing to me. I thought he did a hell of a job. He went behind his jab. His distance control is nasty. He was landing shots, and at the end of the day, it was Yamar Alamo that was running all around the goddamn ring. He was the one running around the ring, didn't want to fight, didn't want to engage, because Richardson Hitchins was beating on his ass, bro. Like, Richardson Hitchins made that man quit. Y'all realize that, right? They asked that man in the corner, hey, we don't have no pride here. Do you want to keep fighting, or you just want to, like, what we doing? He beat that man so bad that man didn't even want to throw no punches no more, bro. Like that man literally the last 2 rounds was just running around the goddamn ring. So if the fight was boring, I would blame Yamar Alamo, because Richardson Hitchins went hunting for his ass. He went hunting for his ass, but when he kept beating on Yamar Alamo's ass and Yamar Alamo couldn't find the distance to hit him back, that shit's demoralizing, bro. You know how hard it is to like keep getting your ass beat on, and somebody got a jab in your face all goddamn night, and then they coming with the right hand behind it. Then when y'all get on the inside, they dodging all your shit and throwing uppercuts and hooks at you, and you can't hit them one time. Richardson Hitchins is nasty, bro. He nasty. I think he got that type of style to where if you want to see the best of him, put him in there with somebody that's gonna try to sit down and fight with his ass. The higher the level of competition get, the better I think he's gonna perform. So I thought he put on a hellified performance. And OG, I see why you like him so much. I see why you like him. So, like, I ain't saying he beat everybody, but he damn sure can box with all of them. Like, ain't no at 140, ain't no mismatches with him, bro. Like, ain't nobody you just gonna say is a mismatch. If he get in there with somebody like Regis and Regis don't pop his ass and hurt him, shit, he can box with Regis. If he can damn show box with guys like Jose Ramirez and fucking Jose Zepeda and shit like he can box with all these guys. Will he beat him? Can they catch him and hurt him? Is he really that elusive? We'd have to see. But I think they need to and we'll talk about this. All that money and all that backing and all that goddamn time that Eddie Hearn is giving fucking Montana Love and shit. He need to take all that energy, give Montana Love a goddamn stiff arm, take that energy and put it into Richardson Hitchins, because that's the fighter right there. Between those two, that's the fighter. If we keeping it a buck, he the fighter. Like, your boy Montana Love just all kind of smoking mirrors and gimmicks and bringing dogs and haircuts at the goddamn backstage and all that extra shit. Richardson Hitchins is the fighter, bro. He the one that's gonna get you maybe a world level, maybe championship level fight that you can actually win at 140. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that might can be something at 147 when Boots and Virgil and all those guys move on at 147 reset again. He's that guy. Montana Love ain't that guy. So I thought Richardson Hitchins did well. You know what I'm saying? I thought he did his thing. And I was impressed by the performance, because I'm looking at the jab and I'm looking at the distance control, and I'm like, damn, bro, he hard as hell to hit. He gonna be hard to box with. You know what I'm saying? So I thought Yamar Alamo just ran around the ring because Richardson Hitchins made him run around the ring, because he ended up respecting Richardson Hitchins real quick and understood what it was. But that's my thoughts on that fight, OG.
They used to say Shakur Stevenson was boring, but Shakur Stevenson, he's a boxer. He's a great fundamental boxer.
They do that shit with Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? They do that shit like at some point. What these fighters got to understand, bro. When you have a certain background, and I ain't making it about this, but let's just keep it a buck. When you have a certain ethnicity, it's going to be a certain segment, not everyone, because you're going to have a lot of fans, but there's going to be a certain segment of the population that's always going to nitpick and always have something negative to say about you. Like Deontay Wilder has probably more power than any fighter that we've seen, or he's right up there, 1 and 2 and 3, top 3 to 5 punches that you've seen. One of the highest knockout ratios that you've ever seen in boxing. They talk about he can't box. He ain't got no skills. Oh, he ain't got no skills. I just want to see a boxer, somebody that can box. Right. Then you look at Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, and now Richardson Hitchins, all the skills in the world, maybe not as much power. Oh, now they boring because they don't knock nobody out, bro. It's just a certain segment of fans that's never gonna be happy and never gonna be satisfied. So just go in there and do what the fuck you do, bro. Go in there and do what you do best, and get your bag and try to make your, build your legacy and shit. That's what I would say to all that shit, bro. Don't try to be nothing that you're not, because people ain't gonna be satisfied anyway. Because you give them all power with Deontay Wilder, they complain. You give them fucking all skill with Shakur and Devin in them, they complaining. You give them skill mixed with power with Tank Davis or Earl Spence or Jamal Charlo or Jamel Charlo, they fucking complaining. So I would just say shit, just do you, bro.
Yep.
Just fucking do you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mott, and that super chat, baby. He said, I did not know Hitchison was that big. He's huge for that division. Mm-hmm. That jab is A1.
I agree. Yes, I agree, Mr. Munch. You looking at the same thing I did. That jab gonna be tough to get around because he timing. He don't just jab to fucking, you know what I mean, to just find it. He jabbing to like really stab your ass with that hoe and really land it. And he do it on rhythm, do it off rhythm with a half step forward, full step forward. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Rocking with it. Yeah, that boy nasty, man. OG saw something. He said, man, I really like that Richardson Hitchins. I ain't seen him fight that much, but I want to see him fight again. They need to get him in the ring. He was mad at Florida, and he's like, where's Richardson Hitchins? He's not fighting. Then when he left and signed to somebody else, he was like, yes. Hopefully we finally get to see him fight. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. All right. What's up, Coach? All right, what's going on?
Yeah, Coach, glove up. What up, Coach? Shout out,
Coach. What's going on, Curtis Sewell? What's going on, King Style Production? What's going on, Shawala 77? How you feel? All right, okay. Let's go on to the next one, baby. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man. Let's talk about I got a few more on the top rank card, man. Do you remember the Carlos Balderas and Esteban Sanchez fight? I thought that was a good fight. You remember that fight? Balderas knocked Sanchez out.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
He was the other guy. He was the other guy. You remember Buddy McGirt had two fighters. Buddy McGirt trained Janibek, and then he trained Carlos Balderas. That was the Buddy McGirt fighter. What you got on that fight, man?
Man, Balderas was controlling that fight from round one. Balderas, everything he was throwing was landing on
OG.
Gutierrez.
He another 135 pounder that they got. OG. That's another. He's a lightweight, bro. You know how many lightweights they got, man? God damn, go ahead, man.
He didn't even look like a lightweight. That's what I'm saying. These are some big 135 pounders. I mean, these guys are big. Look at Shakur. Shakur is moving from 130 to 135. Look how big he is. But anyway, Balderas, he did what he had to do. I'm talking about he went for round one until the knockout. I mean, everything he was throwing, he was going downstairs, he was going upstairs, and he was working in jab. And then he got the right hand. I mean, he was working it fast, and Gutierrez was trying to punch with him, but he should have punched in between punches and let him throw his load, and then he throw his. But he trying to punch with him, and he was getting countered. I mean, he was getting countered soon as he let his off. He got one coming right back, right behind him. And Balderas had a good showing last night. He had a great showing last night. And then once Gutierrez was getting hit too much, and I don't think he was tired. I just think he just got hit with a good punch, and that was it. I mean, he was out cold. I mean, it didn't take that long. It was out cold. And matter of fact, his head was hanging off the canvas a little bit. That's how hard he was hitting. But still in all, Gutierrez, he tried to box with Balderas. Balderas just too good. He was too good with the punch selection. He worked his jab. I mean, I give him a B+ for everything that I saw. And I didn't see the whole fight. I tried to catch it this morning, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. But yeah, that's what I saw.
Man, look, that's why I like listening to you call fights. You was calling it a zone fight at the time, so you didn't call this one. But bro, you would have thought so. After watching that fight, they kept saying Tim Bradley ass, and this is where I gave him props, but we keep it real. So now I'm about to say some shit I didn't like. He was making it seem like Balderas wasn't stepping up the gas, wasn't putting his foot on the dude's neck, and I'm like, bro, I'm looking at the fight like I don't know what he watching, but I love how patient he's being. He behind this jab, busting this dude face up with his jab the whole goddamn time. Everything that he threw behind the jab, he was connecting with it, and it was hard and it hurt. And he stopped him in round 7 of an 8-round fight. I like Balderas because I think his style, as he fights 10-rounders and 12-rounders, he can really get a lot of late stoppages and stop guys late because of how patient he is, because he works behind his jab. And when he throw that shit pop out. That shit pop out and it's nasty. And he got real power, bro. He now got 12 knockouts and 14 fights. He got real power. He's counter punching. I like his patience. Buddy McGirt is his trainer. I think is very well. and it's making him place his shots good, put the right combinations together. He's seeing things well in the ring, and you know, I don't know why they were kind of negative on his performance. Like when he stepped him up and stopped him, they were like, "Oh, finally he puts his foot on the gas and see what happened." I'm like, bro, he set that shit up. Like he set that shit up for the whole first 6 rounds by slowly breaking them down, using his jab, and then the last 2 rounds he turned him up and got him out of there. Like I don't know what y'all talking about, bro. That's a great. He had a great performance to me. I don't understand what the negative comments were for, but I'm telling y'all right now, you like if just off the top of my head, man, you got Emiliano Vargas that fought at 135, Carlos Balderas fights at 135, Raymond Muratalla fights at 135. You got goddamn Keyshawn Davis, Abdullah Mason, like bro, like it's time for Top Rank got too many prospects at 135. I think they need to have like a prospect tournament or something. Like these guys need to start fighting each other or something, man. Because got a lot of them, bro. They got a lot. Like everybody ain't gonna get the shot at that. Then you got Shakur just came to the division. They still got Devin Haney signed. You still got Lomachenko in the division, bro. They got like 7 or 8 top class world level goddamn lightweights, and they need to start getting it popping, bro. They need to start getting it popping so you can see. Because again, you need to know who to invest in. You can't invest in everybody. And the best way for you to find out is to see which one of them the best and put your money in their basket. Because if these guys are who they supposed to be, then they should beat guys. You know what I mean? Like if Keyshawn Davis is who he hyped up to beat, then he should be able to beat somebody like Carlos Balderas, bro. Quit putting them in here. Quit putting these dudes in the ring with people that don't belong in the ring with them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of what opened up my eyes. Like shit, if Raymond Muratalla is who he looked like and who he's supposed to be, he should be able to beat Carlos Balderas. If Carlos Balderas is who he's supposed to be, he should be able to beat Raymond Muratalla. Well, how about we stop saying he should be able to and you just make a fight, put them on the co-main event? Like if you like OG, do you understand if they really are doing Devin Haney versus Lomachenko since they negotiating that fight? Top Rank got enough top flight lightweights where they could do a whole lightweight card, OG.
Oh yeah,
they can do a whole goddamn lightweight card and just make them fight each other, and then if I'm Bob, I'm finna see which one of y'all really the truth. I'm tired of this shit. So Keyshawn, you fighting fucking Muratalla, Balderas, your ass is getting in there with Abdullah Mason, okay? And we about to see what the fuck is going on here. Cause I don't have time to be trying to build all y'all up. Like I need to know who is who around this bitch. So y'all get it popping. You know how, man, that probably be the best card of the year, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Top Rank got all, and that takes you right back to Tank. Tank is the lone cowboy out. You know, if he was over at Top Rank, do you know, man, that would be massive. You know, forget about Bar Aaron. Forget about that. We talking about the fighters. I mean, the fighters, man, if you keep everything in-house, you still got exciting fights, one after another. I mean, man, that is the home and away from home. That is the ground zero for 135 right now for the lightweight division.
I agree, man. I agree, and Tank need to look at that, bro. He need to look at that and like, hey, man, look, Al. Shit, I need one of them. I need to be able to go over there now. Y'all need to make these fights. Shit, I need to be able to go over there. You know what I mean? But let's get to one of the big fights. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I gotta go on mute real quick. Give me a second.
Go ahead. But one thing about it, what Coach said, I think Coach said this yesterday. Coach said one thing about Al Heyman. Nobody leaves Al Heyman. And I really like that because Coach went down the line and explained why nobody leave Al Heyman. Why? Because everything he touched turns to gold. Everything he touched turned to gold. I mean, he made one of the richest boxers ever.
Floyd Mayweather.
So I mean, I like that. Comment he made, and this is what Tank is probably looking at. Yeah, I'm with Al Heyman, and this and that, but I don't want to leave Al because I know what he's done for me. I know what he can do for me. Then I go over to Bob, and Bob, I know what he has done and what he ain't gonna do.
He ain't even got to go to Bob. He just needs to look, Al, bro, you gotta believe in me and shit. So if they, you know what I'm saying, if they got a bag over here, and I gotta go fight on ESPN for a couple of fights and shit, You still get your percent, whatever your management fee is. You still get that, but you gotta believe in me to go over here and get the goddamn job done, bro. So if I can, if they say they got the Loma fight for me and they gonna give me, 5-6 million guaranteed and give me my little back end money too and put it on pay per view, then shit, you gotta let me go over here and get that Loma bag, bro. You know what I'm saying? If the zone, you know what I'm saying, if the zone got this bag for me at 140 and they say, look, man, we're gonna put you in there with somebody like Montana Love, will put you in there with Richardson Hitchins, and we're gonna get you a big bag for it. You gotta let me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let me go over there and get that shit.
Right.
Y'all gotta quit demanding that I only fight on Showtime because everybody know me, bro. I'm a star. I bring you back the percentage and shit, and then that's just gonna make his leverage even bigger for the even bigger fights. You know what I mean? Like when he get to fighting the Shakur, when he get to fighting Devin, now they can tell them, look, bro, y'all ain't been on pay per view before. Bob, we came over here, we went to ESPN. I fought you 2 fights over here on ESPN, got you your money. It's your time to bring people over here, bro.
Yeah.
It's your time to bring people over here. So he is the odd man out, but he don't have to be because he a star, bro. Like he the biggest name out of all of those guys. He just got to go over there and make it happen. And like you said, you can see the frustration. You can see that he wants to fight. You can see that he's trying to get these fights made. So they need to go make it for him, or they need to step off, bro.
Yeah.
They got to make the fight, so they got to step off. But let's get to the 2 main fights because we got about 30 minutes, man. Let's talk about old Janibek. Let's talk about Janibek first before we get to the main topic of the show. This Montana Love shit, man. Let's talk about Janibek and Denzel Bentley, man. What you think of that fight, man? And what's your thoughts on Janibek after that fight, man?
Well, I will admit this. I was very surprised. I was looking at Janibek pretty much getting him out of there by the 3rd or 4th round. Bentley, never heard of him. Bentley, never heard that name before. That's one name that you will remember. But Bentley is not a pure boxer. Bentley look like he's coming out the amateurs. But Bentley knows how to survive. Bentley can take a shot. Can he get one? Barely. But he survived in that.
He did, man.
Yes, he did. Did he score? Yes, he did. He didn't have no pop on it, anything, but he still scored. Janibek still was throwing his load with the left and right. I have seen him fight better, but he thought and he underestimated Mr. Bentley. And Mr. Bentley pretty much came in there and pretty much stood his ground. He had the whole block in there. He had everybody in the neighborhood in there cheering for him. And that pretty much give you motivation.
He brought all the UK with him. You know he from the UK, OG. He brought the whole UK with him.
Yeah.
They was all in there riding for him, bro.
So, but Janibek, he did try. And he did take his time. And he thought he was going to get him out of there. So he pretty much was taking his time, walking him down. Because remember, Janibek haven't been 12 rounds. But now he has, and now you got Bentley that went to 12 rounds. We are talking about a guy that we never heard of that gave Janibek one of the hardest punches to supposed to be at that weight class. And now, like you said, you got McGee licking his chops. You got Charlo licking his chops, and then Demetrius Andrade, like, man, what I'm doing, why I'm running, why I'm trying to get out of here from this guy. But then Janibek is looking inferior. And this is not coming only from me. This is coming from only ESPN themselves. Themselves said that Janibek is looking vulnerable tonight. And he was. He was throwing the lefts. He was throwing the right hooks. But they were not moving Bentley. But then he got into the later rounds. Then Bentley got hit with a good shot and did the pro thing and came and got and backed out and got on that bike and got on that lateral movement. Now, and then he still shook them cobwebs off. Then he came back again and gave a toe-to-toe fight with Janibek. Now, Janibek again was going down to the body. It didn't bother Bentley. Bentley was keeping the hands right at chest. Now, this is what bothers me. Bentley, yes, he survived everything, but he could have gotten knocked out at any time during the fight. Why? Because he didn't have no high guard at first. He wasn't holding the phone. He just had the two hands right here, chest side, just right there, chest level. He didn't have a high guard at first. So Janibek could have saw that and came with the right hook and came straight with the left and knocked him out. But he didn't see that. Why? Because Bentley was pretty much awkward. He was watching his feet, tripping over the feet, and getting out the way of the feet. he focused more on the feet than he did on Janibek. But still, again, Janibek was doing the hesitation move, the stutter step move, the feint move. But Bentley wasn't biting. He wasn't biting at all. Bentley probably said, "Hell, what is that?" But still, he still survived.
Made it to the end, yeah.
Yeah, he made it to the end. And this is now this is going to change the dynamic of his reputation. This is going to change. As a matter of fact, this might make Janibek a killer, a better fighter, because now everybody's going to think he is pretty much mediocre, that he been exposed. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, wow, man, he easy, and he easy meat now. He easy meat." So, but Janibek going to turn up and pretty much be a better fighter than he was before he stepped into that ring. Because one thing about Bentley, what he did last night, he made Janibek a better fighter.
He did. I think so too. And you got a great eye, because you know who else was telling, "Hey, Janibek, stop looping your goddamn left hand. Stop looping your goddamn left hand and throw it straight." Buddy McGirt told him that for like 6 rounds straight. He said he kept telling him, he said, "If you throw your left hand straight, you can knock him out." That's what he kept saying. He said you're looping your left hand. It's still hitting him, but since he got his hand right here, he's catching it a little bit. If you just throw it straight, you will punch him right in the nose and you will knock him out. That's what he was telling the whole time. He was trying to, because they got a translator, because Janibek don't really talk English. He was telling, he said, "Tell him, please. Tell him I said, please throw the left hand straight." Throw the left hand straight, and he will knock this guy out. I was like, yeah, bro, that shit was bad. But look, man, I thought Janibek did okay. He clearly won the fight. Denzel Bentley was tough, and he's game. And I'm looking at the comments, and I just want to say, yeah, bro, that's the guy that Andrade ducked. That's the guy that Munguia ducked. And now everybody looking at him like he fooled. This is why, man, fighters be acting like if you're a Jamal Charlo fan or goddamn Jaime Munguia fan, or you a Demetrius Andrade fan, you probably ain't gonna want to hear this shit. But bro, they acting like some hoes, bro. So now he fooled because he looked bad in the fight. Y'all had to wait for this man to look bad. Now everybody wants smoke. Right. That's what we're doing, bro. Like, if you Demetrius Andrade, you should be kicking yourself, bro. You should be kicking yourself. You should be running around here just pissed off at yourself because you didn't believe in yourself, bro. Because if the Janibek that I just saw last night showed up to fight Demetrius Andrade would have boxed circles around him, bro. But he didn't believe that. Like, I hear what y'all saying. He didn't believe that, because if he believed that, he wouldn't have dropped his belt not to fight this man, bro. So now you done dropped your belt, and now Janibek done went out there and look bad. What if that would have been you? If you would have believed in yourself, and that would have been you, then what? Then what? And so I just, man, I hate when fighters don't bet on themselves or don't believe in their skills, bro.
Yeah.
They don't like if you would have believed, if Munguia would have believed in himself, he could have, like, Janibek didn't look like he could fight on the inside like that. And then you got to understand, Denzel Bentley been knocked out before, like in the second or third round by a domestic level dude named Felix Cash, bro. Knocked his ass out. If Munguia could take Janibek power, you saw that goddamn Janibek was hittable, right? Munguia would have had a chance to win that fight. But nah, everybody the boogeyman. Don't nobody want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take the risk. High risk, low reward. High risk, low reward. Munguia could be world champion right now, bro. He could be world champion right now, and the man that knocked off the boogeyman. Demetrius Andrade could have got a defense, knocked out the boogeyman, or beat the boogeyman and shit, and it would have been the best win on his resume at 160. And he would have been fighting on ESPN. Yeah. So what we talking about, bro? Like, I don't understand that. Timmy, he not even fighting Zach Parker. He pulled out of that fight too. So if you Demetrius Andrade, you dropped your belt at 160. You were ordered to fight this man twice. You wouldn't fight him. Then you said you was going up to 168 to fight Zach Parker, and you pulled out of that fight. So he lost his shot at a chance to beat Canelo's mandatory at 168, and he dropped his belt at 160 for a dude that we all can admit, no matter how high you are on him, no matter if you think it made him a better fighter, we can all admit that based on what he looked like last night, that probably would have been a very winnable fight for Demetrius Andrade, bro.
Oh yeah. And they took him off the rankings last night when they was listing the rankings and in that weight class, and they took him off. And Tim Bradley said, "Oh, wait a minute, Andrade." He said, "Well, he's retiring now, so we're gonna take him off." So, and that what I'm like, wait a minute, he's retiring.
I think
You
Tim
know,
Bradley was just talking shit. Cause when you said that to me earlier, I looked it up, OG, and I ain't seen him announce that shit nowhere. I looked it up on all the sites. I ain't seen him announce that shit. You know, Tim Bradley just be saying shit sometimes.
Okay, I'm about to say, wait a minute, he ain't through yet. Because he's still what undefeated.
Yeah.
Still undefeated. Yeah, him and Charlo right neck and neck.
Yeah, but
So
it's the same shit, OG, that I don't like about how they move Tank and why you gotta respect guys like you know what I'm saying, what Devin is doing and going after the smoke and shit with Lomachenko and how he went to go fight Camboso. So it's like when you do that shit, you take that, like that could have been your scalp. Like if you Demetrius Andrade, that could have been your body bag, bro. You could have did that man dirty if he showed up fighting like that against you. If you fucking Jaime Munguia, you could have gotten a war. You know what I'm saying? Maybe fight of the year. And what if you stop him or something? Because Janibek was getting hit by Bentley. Like Munguia got real power. If that was Munguia in there going blow for blow with him, he probably could have put a dent in that dude, man.
Yeah.
But he didn't. But these guys didn't believe in themselves. They turned down orders to fight him and shit, bro.
And Coach said Janibek looked like he off them roids.
Man, he looked very vulnerable.
Yeah,
man, Coach, don't start that shit. I always give Devin his credit. The only time I disagree with y'all when y'all act like everybody ducked that man, bro. That's the only time I disagree with you. I rock with Devin. But let me real quick before we get to Montana Love, man. Let's go ahead. Let's talk about Montana Love. Montana Love, Steve Spark. Montana Love went Royal Rumble and threw this man outside the ring and shit. And caught, like, do you know how frustrating it is? You got 10 fights on your parlay, man. You got them all right. Every fucking fight, OG, I had every fight right. And then this nigga go in here and throw this man out the ropes and get DQ. You know how pissed off I was, bro? I got all of them, bro. Look. I got Natasha Jonas right, Dalton Smith, Muratalla, fucking Sinisi Estrada, Janibek, goddamn Carlos Balderas, Floyd Diaz, Javier Martinez, Raymond Ford, Richardson Hitchins, all them hoes. I hit all of them. I'm watching Montana Love. I'm like, all right, we good. You should beat this guy. This nigga, man, say, bro. I don't like him, dog.
He should have brought that dog in there with him. He should have brought the dog with him, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. What you got on this fight? This nigga cost me my money, man. I was mad, bro. Like 9-1. I just needed. And then the fucked up part about it, when it's the last, that's what make it worse. He was the last fight, so I'm like, shit, I'm good. We in the money. We good today. This nigga went out there and did this bullshit, bro. I can't stand no damn Montana Love, man. I don't like him. I don't like his ass today, bro.
Cool boy Montana. He came in with the sunglasses and the Stevie Wonder jacket, looking like the Commodores. But
this nigga had a marching band, bro.
He had a marching band too.
This nigga Floyd Mayweather. So why y'all treating him so good, bro?
Right. Some people in the chat say he's been exposed. Some people say he was overrated. But what it boils down to is that young man Spark, he didn't give Montana Love time to think. He used to fighters that sit back and want to box with him. He used to fighters that sit back and let him think and pretty much take the lead. But not Spark. Spark came in moving left and right, then coming in, and he stood over to the left. Why? To shoot that straight right down to the chest and to the face. Then he came in and he did what we call a bum rush. He did a bull rush, a bum rush on Montana. Montana couldn't keep him off of him. Then Montana got hit with a left and right. Then coming out of that, he got hit with another left and went down. All right, Montana said, okay, he cool. I'm all right. Then that opened his eyes up a little bit. Then Montana Love pretty much still had cobwebs in his head, so he's still clenching the hole. Then next thing you know, there goes Sparks again. He's coming in with the 1-2 bull rushing right there, and there go Montana stopping. He thought the throw was over with, but Sparks kept coming. He kept coming. Then the referee steps in to break it up. And then they back in it again. And next thing you know, there go the head clash. Then Montana Love like, oh man, this bitch cut me. And that pretty much set it off right there. That set it off right there. So it's time for me to get my get back. And so the doctor looked at it. And of course, I was saying to the chat and everybody else, you can't stop this fight right now. Montana, you're not going to stop this fight because you're losing. Because that was after the knockdown. So now after the knockdown, here come Sparks again. Sparks is coming straight forward. Then Montana pretty much tied him up. He tied him up real good because he already bleeding and got cut. So he tied him up and he pushed, and the referee said, break it up. But Montana wasn't listening. He pushed him straight to the ropes and then threw him over the ropes. And then there you go. He was DQ'd. Why? Because he had this attitude. He had this attitude that I am the man. This is my city. This is my hometown. This is my house. And how dare you come in here and make me look bad? How dare you come in here and cut me? How dare you come in here and knock me down? So it's time for me to get my get back. And what he did is he cost him his belt. He cost him his belt. That's what happened. Because he met a guy that's not going to go and let him sit back and box. He met a guy that's not going to sit there and let him just take over the fight. So he fought a guy that gave him some competition. He fought a guy that's going to come in and throw his left and right and come on to scared to get hit. Now, don't get me wrong. Montana Love was throwing lefts and rights. He was landing with single shots. I mean, the left hand was landing on top of the head of Sparks. Then he had the right hook was landing, but it was few and few in between. It wasn't in combinations. He was throwing one at a time. Matter of fact, he was boxing a good fight for a minute until Sparks turned it up another notch. Then he turned it up another notch. But sometimes your ego can get in the way. That testosterone, us men, hey, you in my house and you gonna do this in my house, you shitting in my house. And how dare you do that? And that's what he did. And that was called frustration. I'm losing. You beat my ass, so here you go. Over the ropes you go. And that's what happened. And next thing you know, he is disqualified. And now, of course, here come Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is jumping on the referee and jumping on everyone else. Well, you can't do that, Eddie Hearn, because this man did the no. He threw him over the ropes, and that is not acceptable in nobody's eyes. I don't care what you say. Yes, you can get him back another way by beating his ass and going there and being a boxer. But like I say, sometimes, you have to meet the right type of fighter. Every fighter gonna run into that fighter, they're gonna give them a damn good fight. But if you are a good fighter, you can rise to the occasion. If you are a good fighter, you can stop the action and you can take over. Yes, you might lose a couple rounds, but you got to dig deep, bite on that mouthpiece, and come straight forward and do what you have to do. But he didn't do that. He took the easy route. He took that easy route and threw him over the ropes. And that is a disqualification because, listen, knockout. Everybody is up in arms. And I'm going to ask Ronnie Shields about this. Everybody is up in arms because of the Morrell fight. Every referee, and I'm talking about the referees, they was full of shit last night on all cards. Why? Because no one want to see nobody get hurt. And that's what happened in Montana Love fight. Listen, this getting carried away now. This is getting out of hand. All right, let's stop this right now. He's disqualified. Because they don't want to see no one get into a medical-induced coma and brain surgery, just like the Morrell fight. So everybody up in arms. But we always seen this coming a long time ago. Certain things are not acceptable and certain things are. But I'd be damned if I let boxing get watered down. All right. They already did the NBA like that. So why should you do boxing like that? So, but that's all I got. All right.
Man, to answer your question, Jay Grant Jr., it was the Razor Ramon belt, the WBA Intercontinental Championship of the world is what they was fighting for. But look, man, I saw the fight differently up until the point that happened. So I thought Montana Love outboxed him in round one. Obviously, Steve Spark got a 10-8 round in round two. And then I thought Montana Love kind of stabilized it a little bit and won rounds 3, 4, and 5. So I had him basically up like 3 rounds to 2 in that 6th round when all the crazy shit happened. But because I thought he landed the cleaner shots. His left hand was working. He was stabbing left hand down to the body. And Steve Spark would always try to come on at the end of the round when Montana Love would finally get in the corner and then finally come with some shit. But I thought Montana Love, for the most part, had got back into the fight. Now, I do believe this. Whoever his trainer is, however they warm up, the man keep getting caught cold and early in the fight, bro. However they warming up, all this sunshades and wearing Michael Jackson, I'm bad costumes to the goddamn ring and getting your hair cut and shit before the fight. All that shit, bro. Petting your dog before the fight. Maybe y'all should warm up properly. Maybe y'all should warm up properly because this is the second fight in a row. This man then got put down on his ass very, very early. And I know he getting caught cold because when he got up, his legs was good.
Oh, yeah. Last night.
He recovered quickly, bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? They doing way too much. They doing way too much and not doing enough of the shit that's going to make you successful, which is actually warming up, boxing, being prepared and shit. He doing too much. He acting like he there already and he ain't there already. So I thought that he was handling the aggression okay. I thought that he was doing better as the fight went on. I thought Spark was gonna have his moments and shit, but I thought Montana Love after that second round was taking his shots better, and you could clearly see that he was faster. He was beating him to the punch when he was walking around the ring and countering him and shit. So I thought it was a close ass fight. But then I agree with everyone else. Like, first of all, bro, when you say I can't see, we all know what that means, bro. When you tell a doctor I can't see, they about to stop the fight. Right. And then he tried to play it off. I can't see, but I can rumble though. I can't see, but I can rumble though. Like, nah, bro. What happened was, OG, he take his name too goddamn serious. This nigga called himself too pretty. And when he got that cut in his eye, he got mad and shit. Like, damn, man, I ain't gonna be able to go to the club, man. My females and shit, man. My eye fucked up, and he lost it. The nigga saw red, and he lost his goddamn mind, and threw that nigga outside the ring in a fight that was competitive and close, and still had a long ass way to go, bro. And I told people, like, I'm not that high on him. I don't think he can fight inside. He fight one way. He look for his left hand too much. He don't fight behind his jab, and he always letting somebody else lead the action. He always bagging up and shit. And sure enough, he went out there trying to fight like that, and this aggressive ass Australian had his ass, you know what I'm saying, looking real shaky out there. In another competitive fight to where, nigga, you at home. Like, this is where, like, you got to have some sort of ring IQ and some sort of, like, common sense, OG. You at home. It's a close fight. If you make the fight close enough, or you at least take it to the scorecards, Eddie got him in his pocket, bro. Like Eddie got you. If you can make the shit close, and you made it close except for getting knocked down, you got 6 more rounds to try to keep the shit close. So if you keep your composure, you keep your cool, you stay away from them, you keep countering them and shit, you take it to the scorecards, Eddie might have something for you, bro. They didn't have all these people come to Cleveland. They didn't have you fighting your hometown for you to lose a close ass fight, bro. It ain't like you was just getting your ass walked through. It ain't like you wasn't hitting this man. You was hitting him with some shit. And maybe you were losing the fight objectively, but if we know the business of boxing and we being subjective and we know how Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum and how all these guys work and shit, like, bro, like, be smart enough to know, okay, I'm in my hometown. He done cut me and shit. We're going to get back to fighting. I'm going to go ahead and fight, and I'm going to see what happens. If I make it to the scorecards, I got a shot. Because they literally was trying to build up a fight between him and Richardson Hitchins, OG. They literally had reporters in there asking questions at the pre-fight press conference, asking they got Steve Spark sitting right next to Montana Love, and they got reporters asking Montana Love about Richardson Hitchins. They got Richardson Hitchins' opponent sitting right next to Richardson Hitchins, and they got reporters in there asking Richardson Hitchins about Montana Love. Eddie already got the setup for you. It's already in. All you got to do is be smart enough to know that the business is on your side, but instead your ass full-blown The Rock, fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, goddamn Kane, fucking Hulk Hogan, and you just go clothesline a nigga out the ring, bro. You go clothesline nigga out the ring, and then got the nerve to get mad that they DQ'd you, bro.
Yeah. And lost the belt. Yeah. So they must went to the scorecards and disqualified them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be the dumbest shit ever, bro. Like, how self-aware can you not be? Like, you know how dumb you got to be, bro. Like, to not think of all the shit that I just said. Like, bro, you dumb, bro. You dumb, and then got mad, and then now y'all mad at the ref because you left him no choice. You left the ref absolutely positively no choice but to DQ you, bro. All because you couldn't keep you a boxer, right? You know you a fighter, so you can't keep your cool when you get cut. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't know what these dudes be doing, OG. And remember, we talked about Montana Love before, and I told I don't like all that shit. Like, your dog to the ring and shit. Nah, like, bro, you ain't done shit yet.
Yeah,
you ain't done nothing yet, bro. At least, like I seen people talking about Adrian Broner in the goddamn comments. At least AB was like a 4 division champion,
right?
And when he had his moment where he didn't look that good, you know what I'm saying, and he took a beating. At least he was competitive, and it was against Marcos Maidana, bro.
Right.
You out here losing to domestic. You out here looking bad and having close ass fights with domestic level and losing your cool with domestic level Australian fighters out here, bro. The fuck are we? What are we talking about, bro?
Yeah.
This man. I told y'all, bro. Montana Love, bro. He ain't finna be champion of shit, bro. Like they're like if I'm Eddie Hearn, like I told y'all when we were talking about Richardson Hitchins. If I'm Eddie Hearn, I go ahead and I say, look, I'm finna cash out on your ass. You fighting Richardson Hitchins next. I'm finna feed your name to Richardson Hitchins. Cause everything that you try to be, he really is that. That old slick boxer and all that shit you think you are, Richardson Hitchins really is that. So I'm finna go ahead and feed you to him, let him beat on your ass, and then you getting the hell up out of here, bro. Cause you're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much. Like that shit was bad, OG. Like he need to rematch Steve. They need to put him in a rematch with Steve Spark immediately. Or if you're gonna give up on him, go ahead and feed him to Richardson Hitchins, bro. Go ahead and feed him to that man. And then did you see Tank Davis talking about him, bro?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
Tank Davis, he said the same shit you said. He said, man, he tried to take the easy way out. And then he said, Montana Love been a bitch. That's exactly what he said on Twitter. He said, man, he been a bitch. Because you know they done sparred before, and it's all up on YouTube. And Tank beat on his ass. And I think that might be the other reason. Not only he got caught cold, OG, he done sparred and he done got his ass whooped in some sparring sessions. Tank put hands on him, and then it's a nasty sparring session. And him and Erickson Lubin, bro, put the beats on his ass, bro.
Right.
Like really messed him up, had him sleeping all around the ring, just over there, just stumbling all across the ring and shit. So maybe all them getting his ass whooping, sparring, and caught up to him, and now he can't take a shot no more. I don't know, but I'm not impressed, and I have no interest in seeing him fight unless it's to feed him to somebody that's really gonna be something in the sport. Because he a clown to me, OG. He a clown to me.
You know. And to say that, like Shawala was saying, he's full of himself, and I think he is in a way, because he believes he's the best boxer on earth. He believes he's the best boxer in Ohio. He believes that he's the best boxer right now that steps in the ring, and he want to look pretty and pretty much with the shades and cool and walking with a damn dog. I mean, he want to be different. He want to be exciting. He want to be like a Adrian Broner kind of, showing out and coming in rapping and coming in with a rapper, a band. He wants to showboat, and he want to showboat in the ring. But he didn't have the opportunity. So therefore he got frustrated. And that's what happened, and then he got cut at the same time. Then he got knocked down also in the second round. All that played a factor in building up the frustration. And it take long, but then again, it was always there. So this is another Chris Cobra that went bad, right? Chris Cobra.
Yeah. King D just dropped the comment of the goddamn day to me. He say, damn, yeah, he loved what come with the sport and not the actual work. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. And that's more facts, Dante Hall. Look, bro, if I'm Eddie Hearn, I'm trying to get him in there with Richardson Hitchins. If I'm Bob Arum, I'm calling Eddie Hearn today. Hey man, look, I got Abdullah Mason, I got motherfucking Tiger Johnson. Like, I'm trying to get Montana Love name on one of my prospects' resume ASAP, because he can't beat none of them, bro. He can't beat none of them, dog, at all, bro. But anyway, man, like that's the whole thing, man. That's the fight, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stole the show in all the wrong ways. And I hate it, man. But OG, it's past 10:30, man. We had another great show, man. Great damn show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, I'm quite sure there will be more talk of that to come, and we might be looking at a suspension coming. We might be looking. Oh, he went out. Okay, we might be looking at a suspension coming. So I mean, it is what it is, but you know, things happen, and of course, we be back again, and we're gonna do it next week, and we'll be on his platform next week. I will be live tomorrow. Yes, sir. And he went out, but I guess his cable made him go out. I don't know. He might hit the wrong button. I don't know, but I'm still here. All right. But hey, next week, I'll be live tomorrow. Oh, here he comes. All right. He coming back. All right. I guess you say forget me and just left.
No. I hit the wrong goddamn tab. I got all these tabs open from the fights and the stories and shit we were covering. I hit the wrong goddamn tab. My bad, man.
Oh, okay.
My
But
bad.
I'm just saying that I will be live tomorrow. And we got the Ryan Shields interview tomorrow night at 7:00. Okay.
Y'all tune in, hit the like button.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And make
It's
sure
gonna be fire.
yes, sir. And
Tell
then
him OG say my co-host knockout say that Dave Morrell Jr. beat the shit out of everybody at 168 right now. Do you think he's ready now? Because last time we asked you, you said he wasn't ready.
right.
Do you think he's ready now after his last performance? Goddamn, because I think he's ready.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Morrell. I'm gonna talk about what's going on with Charlo, what's next with Charlo, and definitely I'm gonna ask about the Morrell fight and Adios and what's going on with him. Now, I don't know if you want to talk about it. I don't know. But you all also have an opportunity to ask questions. All right. So, but I will be live once again this week at 11:00 a.m. Central Time. And Knockout Boxing, what you got going on this week?
Man, look, man, real quick, Teach. We talked about the Vargas knockout. Just go back to the beginning. We talked about it earlier in the show. But for me, man, we got the TKO debate series live and in effect this week, man. We got 2 debates coming to y'all on Wednesday night. I got my brother Smoke going up against my brother 817 is gonna step in the ring. They're doing Texas versus California debate. So that's gonna be fire. Texas boxers versus California boxers. Y'all tune into that. And then I got right side versus I got right side coming in on Thursday going up against my brother Kyle from the boxing section, TBS. Wow. They're gonna be going at it over Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason. So that shit gonna be fire. So y'all be sure to tune into those debates. As well as y'all know we got the predictions. We got prediction videos coming now. So we can make more room for the debate. So we going back to doing prediction videos. We dropped 12 last week. Got all of them except one right. This goddamn Montana Love fight. All the rest of them we hit. But that man, we got all of them right. So y'all be sure to tune into the prediction videos. And then y'all know we drop content daily to the channel. But live every Wednesday and Thursday night. Live with the OG KQ every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Y'all check us out. And unless your team is the Green Bay Packers or the Eagles, good luck to your teams this weekend. But the Cowboys, we about to come out here and we stepping on shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? So y'all tune in, man. If you watch football, enjoy football. Whatever you do, enjoy it today. OG, have a good day, man. And I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right. Okay. Have a good one, man. And right, everybody have a good day. All right. All right. And don't forget to take your love over to Stormy B. Man, he is coming up next with his call-in show. And with that, I appreciate everybody. And keep your head up and keep your head on a swivel. And with that, that's the end of the early morning show. I am out of here. Peace and love.